In March 2022, the UK welcomed 21 Ukrainian children with cancer into NHS hospitals. The government arranged their airlift, and rightly so. It took just weeks. At the time, then Health Secretary Sajid Javid said, "I'm proud that the UK is offering life-saving medical care to these Ukrainian children who have been forced out of their home country by the Russian invasion whilst undergoing medical treatment." That was the standard and the rhetoric in response to Ukrainian suffering. But in the 19 months since Israel began its assault on Gaza in October 2023, over 18,000 Palestinian children have been killed. Thousands more have lost limbs, suffered severe burns, or had their homes completely destroyed around them. So how many children from Gaza has the UK government admitted for treatment? 2. That's right. 2. And neither was actually injured in the war. Let that sink in. Their diagnoses appear more politically neutral, involving congenital conditions, not injuries caused by Israel's ongoing genocidal violence. This is not because Britain lacks capacity. Leading paediatric hospitals in London, Manchester and Birmingham wrote to ministers offering beds. Surgeons volunteered. Charities raised the funds. But every application for a medical visa hit a brick wall. The Home Office offered vague excuses: security, logistics, medical suitability. These same excuses did not apply to children from Ukraine. They did not apply to patients from Syria or from Afghanistan. And they haven't applied to Gaza's injured children elsewhere. France, Italy, Canada, even the United States have all admitted wounded Palestinian children for treatment. Britain stands alone, not as a leader, but as a pariah. Take Reem, a 7-year-old girl from Gaza who lost her leg in an airstrike. She needs urgent surgery and rehabilitation, but she's still trapped in Rafah. Every week that passes is a week of preventable pain, permanent disability, of hope slipping away. Even the 2 Palestinian girls who did reach the UK were not brought here by the government. In fact, they were brought in by a small charity, Project Pure Hope, which crowdfunded the flights, arranged private hospital care, and fought through a hostile visa process. The British government did not help. It put up barriers. This is the same government that continues to supply arms to Israel, even as it bombs schools, hospitals, and refugee camps. They speak the language of humanitarianism. But when Palestinian children are bleeding, that language disappears. In moments like this, we often assume moral cowardice, a lack of political bravery. But the deeper, more disturbing truth may be this: that there is a depraved agreement, a belief that Palestinian children are somehow less deserving of care, that helping them would expose the complicity of governments, including our own, in their suffering. This is the legacy of decades of dehumanization and anti-Palestinian racism. It is not humanitarianism, it's humanitarian alibi, a hollow performance of care that hides political complicity and avoids accountability. This double standard is indefensible. It is a national disgrace. Children's lives should never be politicized, but for Palestinian children, that is their daily reality. The 2 children permitted into the UK were not chosen because they were the most in need, but because they posed the least challenge to the Western narrative. In doing so, the UK government made its humanitarian red lines brutally clear and showed us exactly who it believes is worthy of care: everyone except Palestinians. I'm a paediatric neurologist, and I've worked in Gaza with health worker colleagues who have been killed or detained. I've seen what these families are going through on a daily basis. We know what needs to be done. The doctors are ready, the beds are waiting, the charities are fundraising. The only missing thing is political will. If we had the courage to act for Ukrainian children, we can act for Gaza's children too. Britain must urgently grant medical visas to wounded children from Gaza. No more delays, no more excuses, because anything less is shameful.